we here.
Yes, sir. So what's good with you? How you been living?
Man, maintaining same old shit. You know, family, kids, working, trying to do music in between. You know.
So how the music coming along?
It's coming along. You know, slow process because you know you got to take care of everyday life first. You know your priorities. So it's a slow process, but it's a process.
I can dig it.
It's moving forward is what I'm saying.
Yeah. I can dig it, man. I'm glad you can make it out here today, man. You know,
almost ain't make it.
So I understand. So look, man, I know a little bit about you. You know, for those that don't know, he a lifelong friend of mine, man. Good brother, man, and got to give you flowers while we here. You know what I'm saying? We're giving out flowers. So, just for the people who don't know you though, if you can, give them a little backstory about your life, you know what I'm saying? Where you from, how you grew up, you know, what was that environment like? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, basically, born in the Bronx, then moved to Queens when I was like 2 years old. With my father and my mother, stayed there till I was like 8. Then came down here to Richmond. We lived in far western of Henrico. And went to school out there, elementary, middle school. And then pretty much back and forth, New York, VA, young teenage years. Pretty much I had a strange upbringing because in New York City, we lived in Southside Jamaica, Queens. And in the 80s, probably one of the roughest areas in New York City.
Okay.
The crack era, Reagan era. So like the shit you see in New Jack City with the when the kids was playing in the yard with the crack vials.
Right.
That shit was real. Like,
okay. Oh, so that wasn't no movie.
That wasn't no movie.
Okay.
Like crack vials in the fucking schoolyard, fucking finding bodies and shit, all type of crazy shit. So parents made a decision to move down south. As some people know, if you've ever been to Richmond and far western Henrico, it's a nice area, but you got your hoodlums and all that shit. So it's like you comfortable, but you still got to be on your P's and Q's. So we pretty much came down here to get away from the Reaganomics.
The Reaganomics
going on in New York City at the time.
Okay, so tell me this though, right? So
what's up?
You know what I'm saying? So coming from New York, transferring to the South, coming to Virginia, what was that like? And like, what was the biggest difference, I guess, for you to get adjusted to? You know what I'm saying? What was the biggest difference, coming from the North to the South?
Honestly, it's crazy you asked me that. One of the first things that I noticed is I was going to school with white people.
Oh, so
I never interacted with white people before.
Oh, shit, that's crazy.
It's like 1990, 91 maybe.
Right.
So like I never really interacted with white people. So it was like a culture shock.
Right. Okay.
It was
so y'all school is pretty much majority
Black and Latino.
Black and Latino. Okay, that's crazy.
The only white people is like the teachers, police, and shit like that. You know what I mean? But back then, for me, I mean, it might have been different for other people, but I never really dealt with white people until I moved to Richmond, Virginia. I just seen white people on TV. That's all.
Man, give me a typical day, growing up in Brooklyn. Like, you know what I'm saying? What's like? Give me a visual of like what that look like.
Well, I moved to Brooklyn when I was like 16.
Right.
And then, but I ain't really.
Oh, where you say you was from before that? My bad. Queens. Okay, Queens. So I would give me both. Give me Queens and give me Brooklyn.
I mean, it's all the same. I mean,
right.
Like, really, I got active in Brooklyn, though. Like, my early 20s, late teens and shit, like, I got active. Yeah, y'all know what active mean. Like, so I'm gonna paint you a picture. Like, it's pretty much, for me back then, it was like, wake up, go to the store, get a Dutch or something, hope I don't get shot.
Oh, that's crazy.
Shit like that. I can tell you one time, I went up there to visit for the summer, and I went to the corner store to get some shit for my grandmother or something like that. The nigga young nigga came in the store and put a pistol to my back and told store owner, he's like, yo, give me a Philly. Hurry up, yo. This is around the time that movie Strap came out. So, everybody was like, yo, I'm strapped.
Right.
Like, yo, son, I'm strapped. Nigga put the so pretty much a day in New York is like if you active, it's trying to stay alive.
I got you.
Yeah,
I got
typical day in New York is it's fast paced. Boom, 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 boom. Everything fast paced. You gotta be on your P's and Q's. A typical day in New York, if you want to know, you gotta be on your P's and Q's. A New York minute is really half a minute, 30 seconds, sometimes less than that. You gotta be quick. Niggas will catch you slipping. If you on the train and a nigga bump into you, you better check your back pocket. That's a typical day in New York.
Right, okay.
Try not to get robbed or cut. Some wild shit. Just
what was the wildest thing you seen? You know, at that age coming up, what was like one of the wildest things you seen?
What, in my teenage years?
Yeah. Or the most traumatic. I say, what's the most traumatic thing that you seen?
For instance, for me personally, I got stabbed 4 times.
Talk about it.
Pretty much, make a long story short, I don't really want to call no names. I mean, some of the people involved no longer here, but pretty much got off work one day, and mind you, I'm from Bushwick, Brooklyn. Bushwick, Hancock Street, call it H Block. But so get off work one day, and my cousin, he's chilling with some dude. I mean, it's dudes that he know. You know what I mean? Like, I know the niggas, but he hang with the niggas. And the nigga that he hanging with got other niggas that's not really from my block. So them niggas drinking like the black, what's the Remy Martin, the black bottle and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I don't know the name. I know what you're talking about.
The strong shit.
Right.
Yeah, So, mind you, it was like fucking 3 o'clock in the daytime. Right? Hold on, take a swig of water.
All right, I got you. Let's do it.
Cottonmouth from the weed. But so 3 o'clock in the day, niggas out there drinking. Pretty much, I didn't really have anything to do with the situation, but because my people was involved, I ended up getting involved. Make a long story short, niggas was fighting. Niggas started backing out knives and screwdrivers and 2x4s, and niggas is getting slung all over the place. And it's like, so pretty much OG Rude Boy, you know, shot to nigga that I was hanging with. He was like, yo, draw. Because niggas call me draw and shit in the streets. Niggas like, yo, draw, roll this backwood. So I'm about to roll the backwood. And then I see my peoples popping off again and shit across the street. So I said, fuck that shit. Fuck that shit. Gave him the backwood, went over there. Start snuffing niggas. You know what I mean? Start giving it to niggas. Left, rights, hooks, uppercuts, all that good shit. So as I'm fighting one nigga, this nondescript nigga that's with, you know, some niggas. This nigga swinging his hand over me with a knife. I feel it, but I don't feel it because the adrenaline pumping. So, you know what I mean? Niggas back me off the dude and shit. So, walk away. As I'm walking away, felt like a nigga punched me in my back. You know, when you play fighting and you punch your homeboy and shit in the back. Felt like a nigga punched me in my back. So I turn around, square up with the nigga. I see the nigga got a knife in his hand. I'm like, this nigga just stabbed me. This nigga just stabbed me. So I start feeling warm liquid just running down my back. And I heard somebody scream out, Dro, you leaking. So instead of fucking like panicking and like, oh my God, like I went berserk, made me go crazy, even more crazy.
Right. Adrenaline going and pumping.
So I get to the corner, almost bled out. My cousin, Shorty D, he pull up with his other peoples in the whip. Niggas throw me in the car, rush me to Wyckoff Hospital. And first thing I say is get me a motherfucking doctor. Patch me up. My OG came up in there. He was looking at me while the detectives was questioning me. He's like, you already know the protocol. So gave him the bullshit story. You know, in New York, everybody got Yankees hats and white T-shirts at the time. This is like the early 2000s, 2002 or some shit like that. 2002. So I gave him the bullshit description. I said, I was just walking home. Niggas was fighting. I guess they thought I was part of the fight. Niggas stabbed me 4 times. But I knew who stabbed me, though.
Right.
Pretty much stayed in the hospital. Next day, my grandmother come to the hospital and she's like, you know, your friends had a shootout last night behind you. I ain't trying to glorify that shit, but it is a part of my life. You know what I mean? And I'm here to talk about it so I can laugh about it because nobody died. You know, everybody that was involved is still alive. So sit here and laugh about it. But yeah, that's a traumatic experience pretty much, nigga. And ever since then, I kind of had like a PTSD.
That's what I was about to ask you. You know what I'm saying? I think a lot of us from that culture suffer from that. You know what I'm saying?
Oh man, mine is horrible. It's bad, son. That's why I smoke. Quick sidebar. That shit happened like May of 2002, September of that year. I went to there's a big festival they have every year, like in Crown Heights on Eastern Parkway. It's like the West Indian Day parade and shit, right? So make a long story short, my cousin Shorty D like, yo, Dro, you trying to go, blah, blah. I'm like, yeah, I ain't been nowhere in a while. So I go, and I ain't smoked weed in a while. So we go, I hit the blunt and shit. And like, if you anybody from New York, if you've been to the West Indian Day parade, you already know how that shit lit. Mad niggas out there. Is it like over 100 people? It's just crazy. Pandemonium everywhere. It's fucking floats and shit. So you already know what time it is. So anyway, I hit the blunt. So I got PTSD from getting stabbed months earlier. So all these people with masks on and shit that's all around me. Yo, I wasn't for it. I'm like, yo, I'm ready to fucking go. I don't even want to be here. So I seen one of my niggas from the block. He was like, yo, would you try to get back home? I say, please take me back to the block. But look, I'm gonna tell you something. I'm glad I left because I got to the block probably like 5-10 minutes later.
Right.
Looked at the news. One nigga got killed. Another nigga got cut in the face right after I left. So it probably was a good thing that I left.
Hey man, you
got that PTSD.
Yeah, man. You gotta follow your gut, man. That's what I learned, man. So give me let's just say the same thing about coming to Virginia. You know what I'm saying? What was one of your wildest experiences? You know.
Damn, can we talk about
I mean, you know, we ain't gotta say no names or nothing like that, but like just give me, you know, but just, you know,
wild Virginia experience.
Yeah, and you ain't gotta, you know, give all the details to the story. You know what I'm saying?
I just talked about this shit the other night to somebody. Went to a party one night with some of the homies and shit. Some niggas from the other side of town was in there wilding out. Long story short. Hit one of our niggas. We got busy. You know what I'm saying? Like it was knockout time. You know what I'm saying? It was night for niggas. And me, when shit get like that, I go into berserk mode. So pretty much when security came and they dispersed everybody, I'm the only one on the nigga like a rabid pit bull. And lucky for me, the security guard was an OG nigga that I knew. They used to sell us weed. But I didn't realize it was him at first. So the nigga yoked me up and shit and fucking picked me up in the air like fucking Hulk Hogan and shit. And nigga carried me through the crowd and then fucking dropped me. And so then when he dropped me, and mind you, when he's carrying me through the crowd, I didn't realize who the fuck it was. I just knew it was a security guard. So
right.
When the nigga dropped me, I see all my niggas around me. They're like, yo, we got you, you good. And I look and I see a security guard. I'm like, oh shit, it's OG. You know what I'm saying? Right. So like, nigga picked me up and rushed me out of there. Cause I guess the police was coming in there and shit. Or some shit like that. But that's a wild experience I had out here in Richmond, Virginia. I was a young guy then, probably like.
Yeah, Richmond was a wild place.
I was 18 yet. I probably was 18.
You moved to Richmond what age?
When I was 8 years old.
Yeah,
third grade.
It was wild around that time.
Yeah.
Well, when you first came, when you came at 8, it was wild around that time.
I didn't jump off the porch till I was like, fuck it, like 12, 13, because I moved to Highland Park. Yeah, niggas know what time it is in Highland Park, so it's you know.
Oh, especially around that time, it was rough around that time.
So you don't want to be food.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like,
That's a fact.
sheep can't survive around wolves.
So you know what I'm saying? I want to get into during the time, you know, you growing up in New York, right? During that time, you know, what was the music scene? You know what I'm saying?
In
like,
the 80s?
what was you listening to? Yeah, what was you listening to when you was younger? Or like, what was the soundtrack to your life back then?
I was a little nigga.
Right.
Around like the Houdini era and shit. But then as I got older, it was like Kool Moe Dee, you know, LL Cool J, Rakim.
Right.
You know, this is like
so what artists was getting the most play in the tape deck?
I mean, at the time, mind you, I'm like 6, 7 years old, so I don't really.
Oh yeah, nigga.
I don't really decide what gets played. I didn't make decisions on my own music till I was like 9, 10 years old.
So at that time,
around that time. So around that time, I'm in Richmond, Virginia. So, but I'm still influenced by New York City.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Because that's where I'm from. So naturally, I'm gonna go towards that music. So if you're asking me about around that time, it was starting to I would say like Naughty by Nature. Like I started like when I got to middle school, since like my parents wouldn't really buy me that shit. Like the only shit they really bought me was the fucking at that time was like crisscross and shit. So like middle school, I went to school with a lot of white kids. So you know their parents buy them what the fuck they want. So the white kids used to dub tapes for me. So my first my first tape that made me want to, and you would say my soundtrack would be Redman's first album, Naughty by Nature's first album, and The Chronic, and Nas live at the barbecue, because the white boy threw that song on there. I didn't even know it was fucking Nas at the time. I just like the way the song sound. But if you had to ask, my soundtrack would be like Redman, Naughty by Nature. And that's crazy, them niggas from Jersey. As I got older, I started to get access. 93, I'm 12 years old, so Wu-Tang came out. And the crazy story how I got that, you know, you used to ask me the soundtrack, so I'm giving you
you go
another chamber of the soundtrack, so to speak, no pun intended. 93, I'm 12 years old, so me and my father and my mom's is staying in a hotel at the time, because my father had just came home from jail and shit. So like I get home from school one day and they're like, you know, they had MTV on there, and I just seen like some niggas that look like ninjas on a chessboard with swords.
Yeah, I remember that shit. Yeah.
And I was like, yo, what the fuck is that shit?
Right.
But I didn't catch the name. So then like later that year, we moved to Highland Park, and I seen a kid with the W shirt with the big Wu-Tang sign on there.
Right.
And it caught my eye. I'm like, the fuck is that shit? Right? So it was an older dude that lived next to me. And the way the houses is in Highland Park, like some of them are like together. So like if you climb out your window, you could go to the next person's joint window, you know what I mean? So I hear the nigga keep playing this music. Like boom. Like all the shit sound crazy here, like karate and shit in the background. I'm like, so like one day I knock on a nigga window. Like I climb out my room window over the roof and shit.
Right.
Climb over and I knock on this nigga window. He like, yo, what the fuck? So I'm like, yo, what is that? You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, I got you. He started fumbling. The nigga gave me like a tape. And the tape had like songs from the 36 Chambers. And I think it might have had.
You remember what track it was? What track you heard?
Wu-Tang Clan Ain't Nothing to Fuck.
I was just about to say that. I was figuring that's where we was going.
And I heard Cream in passing, right?
Right.
So then he had Cream on the tape. I'm like, oh, that's them niggas. And then I put it together like, that's the niggas I've been seeing on TV and shit. The nigga with the fucking shirt on.
Yeah.
And I was hooked. And that was like, yo, Pops, fucking ODB shit ready to come out. Can you take me to the store to get it? My pops like, come on, man. So that's another a soundtrack. A part of my soundtrack is many layers to my shit. If I give you my soundtrack, we'll be here all fucking day.
Hey man, we got all day,
we'll
bro.
Be here all fucking day.
Got all day. So would you say? All right, so let's take it there. Okay. So would you say that was the most influential, you know, group? I want to say artists, but all those artists played that role. that made you put the pen to the pad? You know what I'm saying? If it weren't Wu-Tang, who was it?
If it wasn't Wu-Tang, who would it be? Who would it be? It made me want to rob. Sean Price. Ruck is from Helter Skelter. Him and Rock. Yeah, it's a couple people,
man. For the youth or the people that don't know much about Helter Skelter.
OGC. Boot Camp Click.
Who was Helter Skelter?
Oh man. Son, y'all niggas missed it. If you wasn't around, you missed it. But look, you niggas, this is what you young niggas do. Go back, look at this podcast and fucking go on YouTube and type in Helter Skelter Operation Lockdown. And listen to that shit. 3-6 Mafia. That's a big one for me too.
3-6 had you rapping? They influence you. They influence your music.
On the aspect of being honest.
I can dig that.
And
who's your favorite 3-6 member?
It goes back. I would say it'll be a couple. Pat, Infamous,
legend,
Lord Infamous, DJ Paul.
You know it's crazy because like you
know,
you one of the first New York people, you know, that I've ever known, you know, to
talk about it, please.
Embrace or even gave it a listen.
Please let these niggas know.
Yeah,
the first New York nigga.
The first
some down south shit, son.
Nah, that's a fact. That's a fact.
I got OGs in New York, official OGs. If I say their name and where they from, you know who the fuck they are that fuck with me. They'll tell you that. They'll be like, yo, that nigga was the first nigga to come to New York playing fucking Outkast and 3-6 Mafia, Dungeon Family shit. My OGs call me to this day. He like, yo, you was the first nigga, New York nigga, to bring that down south shit up here before niggas was on that down south shit in New York.
So when Andre said the South had something to say, you was already listening to it.
Yeah, because I was catching wind of Outkast.
Right.
It's like, at that time, so like when Outkast first came out, I wasn't really buying down south music. I wasn't buying it, but I was looking at it on TV and I liked it. At that time, I used to record videos.
Tape that. VCR.
Yeah, tape that VCR, putting the fucking paper in this shit, recording.
Yeah, I remember those. Yeah.
Shit, your father's tapes. The niggas go to look at an old movie, that shit be Rap City or some shit.
Yeah.
But
the youth, they don't know about that.
They don't know about that.
They don't know about the tape. They putting the paper in the tape.
They don't know about that. That's before y'all niggas' time, man. Yeah, because it's for y'all niggas' time. But yeah, like I wasn't buying down south music. At the time, I didn't start buying down south music till 98, 99. I started buying down south music, going to the store and checking for it.
Okay,
probably was the best thing I could have did musically because it made me more versatile.
You got to listen to all music, you know,
and it makes you well-rounded person.
Right, well-rounded. That's a fact.
Yeah.
You know, so who would you say, you know, I know you gave it up for, you know, Boot Camp, Helter Skelter, and all of these people like Wu-Tang. But
Capone Noriega, Tragedy Gaddafi, Cormega.
So who's your number one lyricist?
My number one lyricist?
Number one lyricist. I know you got a bunch of them. I know you got like lyricists, lyrical ability.
Say, man, because all right. Depends on how I feel that day. So I can't really say, why you ask me them fucking hard ass questions?
Oh, hey man, we're in the interview, baby. I need, hey.
Nah, I'm just joking. I don't know, that's hard to say, man. Like, it depends what they use. Like some days I might say, some days I'll be like, yo, Sean Price, or it might be Jay-Z. Can I say something about Nas right quick?
Talk about
nothing crazy.
No, talk about it.
Son, that nigga beat Selection.
Man, shout out to Nasty.
If he had a better beat selection,
that's a fact. New York was, you know.
I'm pulling on my playlist, by the way, if it looks like I'm looking at my phone. I'm not being rude, I promise.
You had artists who had the lyrics and the production, and you had artists that just had the lyrics.
All right, you right. I don't like Jadakiss beat selection sometimes. I'm gonna be honest with you. Why the fuck he rap on that shit?
Right. You know,
but niggas be on some shit like, yo, I can rap on anything. So
when we talk about these lyricists, right? You said it depends on how you feeling on that particular time or that particular day. So I'm gonna run it down for you.
Yeah.
What's the mood when you playing DMX?
Dark X.
For you to play DMX, what's your mind state for that day?
Where they fuck somebody up. If shit don't go how the fuck it's supposed to go type shit.
Okay, so what's the mindset when you popping in Jay? When you listening to Jay?
Trying to get to some money.
I can dig it. Okay.
Trying to get to some money and playing the chess with these niggas.
What's the move when the locks
playing? Some bullshit. I'm on some heavy New York shit. Like, got my box cutter with me type shit.
I can dig that.
New York shit.
He's in New York shit, New York shit. I can dig it.
Dipset.
So with that being said, let's bring it to today's time.
Okay.
The climate in New York.
Okay.
Hip hop currently, today.
Okay.
What would you say is the...
I'm glad you asked me that. Let's go.
Would you say the New York hip hop is still alive and thriving?
Fuck yeah, nigga.
Or would you say the lyricism from the past may have fell off a little bit?
Nah, this nigga's out here. This nigga's out here. I don't know what the fuck people be talking about.
Let's talk about it.
The only thing
break it down to them.
A lot of these niggas they're not from the 5 boroughs. That's the only thing. Them niggas be like from fucking Buffalo or Rochester or some shit. You know what I mean?
Right, okay.
So, and that's all good. Like, I fuck with them niggas, man. Like,
well, you know, at one point in time, them dudes ain't getting no recognition.
Man, but they getting it now. And they holding it down for the Big Apple. I don't give a fuck what nobody say, like, shit.
So, you know what I'm saying? That shit used to fuck me up because you were, back in the day, it was only certain areas got that cred. You know what I'm saying?
I don't give a fuck. New York is New York. Hold on. There's niggas in the 5 boroughs getting busy too. See, niggas don't be checking for niggas. You got niggas like Rim from the Villains from Brownsville.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? You got Eddie Kane. Like, come on, son. You got fucking, what's my man, Rome Streets? Like, come on, man. Like, come on, man. These niggas, they from the city, they from the town. Like, the niggas just getting busy. You know what I mean? Like, Eddie Kane and all them niggas get busy. Like, Rim and all them niggas get busy. You know what I'm saying? Like, super busy.
Right.
But, I mean, they doing what they supposed to do at their level.
No, I'm not saying they not doing nothing right. But what I'm saying, you got, this is where I'm going with it.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is, back in the day,
right,
the labels is what got those people to the masses. So what I'm saying is, do you feel the label is trying to phase that style or that sound of hip hop out? Because even though those people doing that thing, if it don't get to the masses, because some of them people you named I never heard of. You see what I'm saying?
Okay, the label, I put you like this. The labels is for a certain demographic,
right,
of people. You know what I'm saying? The internet knocked down a lot of them walls that separated us.
That's a fact.
In the whole world. The internet really it made the world a smaller place. So it's easier to find out about people. You just got to have a good promotion game. All you need is a good promotion game. That's all you need. You know what I mean? You got to be able to advertise, put your shit out there. You got to come with an imprint. You got to put your shit on shirts, hoodies. That's the trick now. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
You can't be a one-trick pony. Like, you can't be fucking just rhyming all day.
Yeah, you got to do it all. Like, and that's what I was going to head to. See, back in the day, niggas ain't know how to market or know how to put themselves together, package themselves. And that's the problem. Even today, though, you got to look today. A lot of people not getting that shine or that spotlight put on them because they are just artists. Right. See, nowadays, you got to be the artist. You got to be the CEO, you got to be the marketing exec. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You got to know how to produce your own videos. You got to,
like for real. Like even now, like when we start, like when me and my guys, you know what I mean? Me and my team start the creative process for projects and shit. It's like we got to make time to do that shit because that shit's a lot of work. Like we got to sit down. Like how we gonna attack this shit? You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? Start making fucking promotional videos and
right.
You know, like we just can't go in the studio and make songs and be like, "Yo, listen to my shit." Like we gotta do a lot of shit to let you know, yo, we got some shit coming out. You know what I mean? That shit is hard work.
Right.
You know what I mean? You got to really be in that, like, for real. Like, you really, that shit got to be your whole life. It's hard to do when you got other shit to do, but that shit got to be your whole life for real. Like, that got to be your job. I mean, the internet kind of make it a little easy because, like, for real, some people get lucky and record something and it might just catch on off of SoundCloud or some shit. Nigga might get lucky, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
But that don't happen for everybody. So.
But like even what we doing right now, you look back 15 years ago,
yeah,
this was unheard of. We wouldn't be here doing this. You know what I'm saying?
No, hell no. So we do the shit ourselves. Cut out the middleman, man.
Right.
I don't even know how to label. Is the label money good anymore?
Bro, I'm gonna keep it 100 from the research and the things that I've done and the things that I've looked at.
And drugs and some shit like that.
The money won't never good, from what I understand. You know what I'm saying? These dudes not getting no paper other than show paper.
These little niggas, they be having such of a motherfucking following. You don't even need the motherfucking labels to. I don't know. Labels taking advantage of these little niggas, man. They're doing all kind of shit to these little niggas, man. Like, come on, son. Shit is wicked, B. Little niggas better. Fuck the OGs at though.
That's the big question. So I can't put it on the labels. You just said it. Where are the OGs? Who are the OGs?
Niggas bringing them niggas in. That's what they doing.
Right. So
truth be told, niggas bringing them niggas in. Niggas ain't shit, man. Niggas, hey,
yeah, I mean you talking facts.
Niggas in the game, y'all ain't shit, man. Y'all let them little niggas. I ain't even gonna say. Y'all know what y'all let them little niggas walk into. Yeah. Diddy.
Hey man.
Wow, nigga said, hey, Diddy.
And see, look, man.
Nigga, I don't even want to get started.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know nothing about all that. You know what I'm saying? But all I know is back in it, you've been saying that for years. That's something. That's something that you are
too much money.
Yeah, you told me that for years. You had a but
yeah, wild nigga said.
Yeah. It's the industry, man. It's the industry. You know.
Nigga said, I want to party with you, Playboy.
All right, look, so
put up on Fabulous.
Hey man,
yeah, come on,
man. Hypothetically speaking, man, if you had a choice, you know what I'm saying? You can only listen to one album, man. One album for the rest of your life, dog. One album. Where we going with it and why? One album. Like today, you got one. They're gonna give you one album. That's it. What you picking? You know.
Only built for Cuban links. What was the second part of the question?
Nah, it just said you know
one album.
Yeah. What you picking and why? And why?
Oh, come on, Purple Tape, man.
I mean, everybody ain't heard the Purple Tape. I heard the Purple Tape,
man. Listen, man. RZA production on that motherfucker,
right?
Fucking flawless.
Flawless
Ray
victory.
And Ghost. Ray and Ghost. Son. You could play that shit straight through, nigga. Come on, son. That nigga's playing with me, son. But Soulja Boy said, man, nigga, stop playing with me, man.
The Purple Tape.
Purple Tape, man.
So when the end of the world hit, is the Purple Tape that's going in it. That's going in the vault.
Listen, let me tell y'all something. The Purple Tape right now, right? I looked this shit up. You can't get that shit for under $200.
Oh, that's crazy. I ain't know that. That's crazy.
So
I gotta find my Purple Tape.
Is like a stack or better.
That's crazy.
So you do the math. One of the greatest albums ever made. Only built for Cuban links. And did RZA do the whole album? I don't even know if RZA did.
That I see when I heard the I was young.
Disciple and all that.
Yeah.
You know, guys like that. I don't know, but the album was flawless. So one of my favorite.
Going with the flawless Purple Tape. Okay.
Ever.
Shout out to Raekwon.
Ever.
So what was your most memorable moment in hip hop? You know what I'm saying? What type of feeling did it give you? Like your most memorable moment of hip hop history, and what feeling did you get from that? You know?
Memorable.
You know, we got, like I said, when I said, you know, Andre back in the day at the South had something to say. People had there's certain things that happened and you saw it on TV or you was there in person. So what was your top hip hop moment?
Hip hop moment. I don't know, son. Oh, I got one. Another Wu-Tang story. Crazy. When Wu-Tang Forever came out. Because, see, it's like little personal stories that be going with this shit. You know what I'm saying? See, my father's not here no more, so certain things have certain significance.
And rest in peace to Pop.
Rest in peace to Pop. So the Wu-Tang Forever album dropped, and my father already knew I was a Wu-Tang fan. I was like, 97? So I was 16.
Right.
When it dropped midnight, took me to the record store to get it. He never did that before. That was it. That was
you remember Peaches? Peaches had that. Was it when you went to Peaches?
I believe so.
Yeah, that 12 o'clock release.
12 o'clock. Yeah. My father took me to get the Wu-Tang Forever album, double CD, nigga.
Midnight release.
And we listened to that shit riding home. I got a couple hip hop moments. Can you include Mary J. Blige in hip hop?
Man, yeah, that's it, man. Hip hop is the culture. For me, hip hop is the culture. Period. You know what I mean? Yeah.
That 411 album, because it was R&B, but it had hip hop mixed with it. Pac got shot. That was a big thing, because I remember that was. When Big died, that was one of the worst moments. I remember that day, that morning. I cried. I didn't cry when Pac died too much, because I knew it was gonna happen.
Right.
But when Big died, that shit had me crying. Fuck. Woke up that morning. It was Sunday morning. MTV News. Wake up, go in the living room, do my usual 1-2. Roll me a Philly. Back there. Turn on TV. Notorious B.I.G. got gunned down in LA. Damn, son. Shit. Took Biggie away.
Yeah, that was a rough moment.
Up, man.
Yeah, I remember.
Bundles got killed. That was fucked up too.
Yeah, I got a lot of them moments. The Bigs, the fuck. I remember when Easy died. I was a young kid. You know what I'm saying? I remember all of them joints too. Yeah, I remember all of that.
That was sad.
Yeah.
What was that movie, Backstage?
Oh yeah,
Went to the movies to see that. That was a big hip hop moment for me.
Okay, so if you could go back to any moment in time, it's kind of the same question, but a little different. Nah. If you go back to any moment in time, for one day to experience an iconic moment, what would that be? What show would it be? Who performing? What you attending? If you could attend any historical, monumental hip hop, you know what I'm saying?
What's the shit they used to have in Jack the Rapper?
I forgot what that
shit. Well, the reason I would go, because I would try to get on.
Okay.
Or link up with niggas to get on. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's rapper. The shit they used to have back in the for the young people. Jack the Rapper is like a convention they have for rappers and shit and labels and all that. And niggas be going out passing their tapes and shit, trying to get on and link up with niggas and all that. That shit, I think they used to have it in Atlanta, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. Somewhere down south. They used to have it down south and shit. You know, like all the hottest niggas, like Redman, all them niggas, you know what I'm saying, Method Man, like fuck the Loonies back then, like all the niggas that was hot at that time used to be going and shit. I wish I would have been going to shit like that, like trying to get on. But I didn't know how to rap at that time. You know what I'm saying?
So what year did you start rapping? What year you picked up the pen?
Okay, so like I always used to write poems when I was a little nigga. Haiku poems, no doubt.
So man, I got a gift for you, man. You know what I'm saying?
Oh shit. This is why
my brother from another.
My nigga, this is my nigga.
You know,
this is my nigga from
never get up from the table, you know what I'm saying, when you're doing an interview, you know, my first interview, but
he allowed to do that.
Yeah.
This is my nigga right here.
Because y'all watch this nigga face when I give him what I'm about to give him.
What year? My nigga said.
Yeah. Yo.
Like before the fucking
Man, I got to give something back.
About 20 years
that I've had for a long time. I don't know how I ended up with it.
Oh shit.
But it's time to come back to the rightful owner.
Oh shit. Fuck it. Yo, this nigga got my fucking old school fucking rhyme book. Word, yeah, yo, son. Yeah. So like, yeah, like haiku poems is how it started. They teach you that shit in school. I already fucking liked music, so I started doing it in rhyme form, traditional shit.
So question, do you remember that book?
Shit. Hell yeah, I remember this book, man. This man shit in here. Castro. That's when I was trying to find my rap name, son. And I wasn't even rapping, son. Oh man. Chicks' phone numbers from back in the day. Come on, man. My old crew.
Bro, I don't know how I ended up with that book, bro. I was looking, I was like, yo, this ain't my shit. I was like, yo, crazy.
Man, I died for my niggas. Yo.
Man, y'all, this how official it is.
I thought I was DMX.
Oh yeah, y'all ain't gonna be able to see it. But I mean, if you can see the writing on here, bro, some of this shit faded.
Hold on. Let me see. I don't know if y'all can see that shit, but we're gonna fucking try anyway. Look how old this shit is old, B. Like shit not from the 90s, nigga. Like fucking mid to late 90s, man.
That's a fact.
From the early 2000s. But I started rapping officially, like getting on the mic like 02. Man, can I tell that story, please?
Let's go.
That shit was I gotta tell that story, man. Cause that shit
happened around 02?
That shit was a disaster, son.
What happened around 02?
So around 02, I'm living in New York. I'm living in Brooklyn. And I had my cousin, God bless the dead, QP. He come to me one day and he know that I write. You know what I'm saying? But I never actually fucking got on the mic type shit. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So this nigga come to me one day like, yo, Dro. He's like, I need you to write some shit for me. And I'm like, nigga, you don't even rap. Fuck you. What the fuck is you talking about, nigga? You don't rap. You go, nah, there's a studio up the block. See, you want to go with me? Like, fuck yeah, I want to go to the studio, nigga. I was like, yeah, I'll pen some shit for you. Fuck it. Right? So I don't remember if I penned it the day before or that day, but long story short, we got to the studio and the nigga has he wanted to rhyme on a Dipset instrumental. Yeah. Listen to the gangster music. That joint, yeah. So the nigga get on the mic, and mind you, while my cousin's rhyming, like he's drinking like a bottle of rum, like Bacardi Dark, some wild shit, some wild crazy liquor shit.
Right.
This nigga just down it about H block, oh. Nigga all off beating shit, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I think my shit was a little better than his, but it was horrible. Like I was completely off beat.
Oh man.
So like
first time in the booth?
First time in the booth. So some older dude that lived on my block that was dating one of our peoples. He was from the Bronx. He came up there with his mans. They had a session booked also. So like my nigga the dude that ended up becoming my homeboy that ran the studio.
Right.
He was like, yo, y'all niggas fall back and let these niggas do them. So my cousin got mad. I was like, nah, nigga, I paid you and I gave you weed, some wild shit like that, right?
Right.
So the nigga that run the studio was like, you know what? I give you your fucking weed back. And that shit you did was whack. I don't even want to record that shit anyway. He said something along the lines of some shit like that, right?
Right.
Some wild shit. Son, all I know is when I turned around, my cousin had this nigga hanging out the window of a fucking, second floor apartment, hanging out the window, punching this nigga, trying to knock this nigga out the window. So like we get the nigga up off him and shit. So my cousin drunk, mind you. He drunk while he doing this. So the nigga, we get him out the crib. So my cousin, right? This nigga go to the corner store. This nigga go to the corner store, and at the time you could get a deuce a Colt 45 for $1.
Oh man.
So
not the Billy D.
The nigga, yeah, the Billy D, my nigga. So the nigga bought like 7, 8 of them motherfuckers, right? So he went back up the block, drunk out of some of them, poured some of them out, started throwing through this nigga window and shit. You know what I'm saying? So like, I felt so bad because I'm like, damn, man, like, you know, I could have been coming back here trying to perfect my craft. So what I did was, I mean, some people might view it as like, oh, you backstab your cousin, but I really didn't backstab. So the next day when I got off work, I went by the studio and I apologized to the dude for the shit. Like, yo, sorry that shit happened. I like music. I told the nigga I like music. And I just was honest with him. I was just being honest, like, yo, I like music and I would like to come back and, you know, work with you sometime. And he was like, yo, it was all good. Like, that nigga was on some shit, blah, 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 blah. Like, yo, all I could do is apologize for what happened to you. Like, whatever. You know what I mean? So started going there, started learning how to, you know, write my songs and count my bars. And, you know, I got on a song with the 2 niggas from the Bronx and shit. Them niggas took me off that shit. But as I kept going to the studio, I kept getting better. And pretty much I went there, then me and dude actually ended up falling out at the studio like a year later. So when I came back to Virginia in 2004, I had kind of like reinvented myself a little bit. Like I started, as you remember, I used to call you and rhyme to you and shit, remember?
Yeah, I remember.
I started.
I'm gonna keep it real. A lot of people don't know, you know, I don't promote my music or rapping on,
right,
you know, my podcast or whatever, you know. But at the end of the day, I never used to count bars. You was one of the first people that told me about counting bars. You and D. Nigga, I just rap, and you know what I'm saying? Yeah. I ain't know nothing about no bar.
16, yeah.
I was like writing 16, I was writing a 32.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Need a 16 and put an 8, 8 bars for the hook and shit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But I used to, when I moved back down to Virginia in 2004, I started perfecting my craft like this writing. I had like a stack of CDs, and then you know at the time they had like Napster and shit like that. So I would just get mad instrumentals.
Oh man, and LimeWire that fuck up your computer.
Yeah.
Oh man, crash your site. Oh my god.
So like I will write some
bro,
shit.
We old, bro.
We old, man.
Nigga said Napster and LimeWire.
Napster and LimeWire and shit. Winter Mix and all that. Yeah, that shit you used to steal music from back in the day. But so like 2004, 2005. I'm perfecting my shit, just writing, working, writing. You know what I mean? I'd been through some shit in New York, so I had something to write about. So like 2006, I went back to New York on some bullshit. And the nigga that I fell out with the studio, me and the nigga linked back up. So at the time, the nigga was, coincidentally, the nigga was doing a DVD for my cousin, the same cousin that almost knocked him out the window. He paid him to do a DVD, and that's when the nigga had the fucking Apple MacBooks and shit.
Right.
So like we going to Manhattan, this nigga running down on Hove and shit. Like we running down like on Fat, not running down like on no beef shit, but like
okay.
You know, like yo, can we get a drop? Like I remember we met Harv Pierre.
Okay.
Niggas met what's Wyclef? Jerry Wonder, his cousin and shit. Like I met that nigga. Like we used to try to like go to like my D&D studios and all that shit. We go down to Def Jam. So like the nigga getting all this footage, and like at the same time, the nigga he got like the Pro Tools Digibox and all that. So like mind you, this 2006. So the nigga what he would do was he would grab his Digibox and the mic and put that shit in the shopping cart with the hard drive and wheel that shit down the block to my grandmother's house.
Right.
Because I'm from Hancock and Wilson. He from Knickerbocker Avenue. You know, that's the Crip block. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my Crip niggas from Knickerbocker and shit. But know, so like he would wheel the shit down to my grandmother's house, and like at the time I was staying in my grandmother's basement. My grandmother's basement had like an extra like utility room and shit, was mad space in it. So the nigga would hook his shit up, and the nigga would leave his shit there. So at the time I knew how to use Pro Tools and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I would like grab instrumentals and I would take everything that I wrote around like 04 and 05, what I could salvage. You know what I mean? Because I was in between homes and shit. Like, you know what I mean? Like I was like bucking on court on some wild shit. So I had to grab what I could grab.
Mm-hmm.
And fucking I just started recording. And like, so when the nigga came back like the next day, I had like 6, 7 songs recorded with hooks and all that shit. You know what I mean? Like I had fixed my levels, all that shit. Nigga like, yo, Dro, yo, nigga, got better, nigga. What the fuck? He's like, yo, he's like, nigga, this shit hard. He's like, yo. I said, yeah. So he's like, yo, let me get on some of them joints with you. So when the nigga asked to get on them joints, I already knew. I'm like, yeah. Because, you know, the dude I was working with, like, I don't want to call him out because, you know, he might not want to be attached to, you know what I mean? So
yeah. We ain't
the nigga,
no
he's somebody, kind of somebody in the industry. You know what I mean? Like, he kind of somebody. You know what I mean? So that nigga, he liked that on the mic. Now when it comes to the bar, so the nigga was like, yo, let me get on some of these joints. So that shit hyped me up. Like, oh, all right. So yeah, you going
it ain't nothing like a nigga ask you to get on a joint. Like, bro, you know what I'm saying? A person that you respect lyrically, you know what I'm saying? And you feel like they're on a certain level and they want to do a track with you. Ain't nothing like it.
Yeah. So like, you know, nigga got on a couple joints. Like I think I burned the CD and shit. But like, you know, after that, I came back down to VA and started, you know, like got in some trouble and shit. So it was like I kept fucking. I would stop doing music, then I would stop because fucking life would get in the way, and I had to do what I had to do at the time. And I ain't had time to focus on the music shit. But I really always wanted just to be a rapper. But I'm kind of glad it didn't happen on a large scale at the time.
I'm about to put you on the spot.
Put me on the spot.
Who out of your clique? I mean, I know you pretty much like me. You run pretty much solo, but we all got
I was
people
a
we fuck
nomad.
with.
Yeah, I was a nomad.
Yeah. But out of the people that you rap with, you know what I'm saying? You know, and if you don't rock with people no more, you ain't gotta mention them. But lyrically, who was your top few people? Like, you know, you had to put on the track when you was in New York. Who was you putting on the track?
Oh, when I was in New York?
Yeah.
Well, like out of my crew now?
Just whenever you pick whenever time. You know what I'm saying? Like who was giving up them bars from New York? And then I want to know who was giving up them bars from Virginia.
Let's see. My nigga Elvis from Knickerbocker. He was ill with the bars. I'll put him on the song. You. Definitely, because you versatile. You could get with me on some New York shit.
I respect that, man. Thanks. I respect that.
My nigga Derek from out here. If I had to pick people now, it would be my nigga Michael Pissmoke. Definitely. All day long. That's my rhyme partner.
Okay, shout out to him.
Dirty Nickels all day, 7 Cypher. Snug Robinson. That's my nigga. He on my first album. First EP. Yeah.
What's some hot producers? What's the hot producers you working with?
Yo, it's truly the dude with the bucket hat. The Strength. So yeah, that's who I work with so far. I got a joint the joint I did with Michael Pissmoke for his album that was produced by the Strength. Okay. The Dirty Nickel Freestyle, the first one. But I got really one go-to producer, and that's yours truly. That's my man. We locked in for life.
Man, I got a question for you right here.
Guy. Yeah.
Man, you the Black Phil Jackson.
Black Phil Jackson.
HipHop Dream Team. Starting 5 and what 5 coming off the bench anytime, any era.
But they gotta be like no names, or just or anybody.
Anybody, anytime, any era. Starting 5, and then the 5 off the bench. Who you showing up to the court with?
That's 10 altogether?
Yeah, we're going with 10.
Okay, so
starting 5 though. Starting 5, then we going to the bench.
Starting 5. So I'm the coach.
You Phil Jackson.
I'm Phil Jackson, so I'm not a player. Okay.
Yeah, you the coach.
All right, so Bagley. Let's see. My man Michael Pierce Smoke, he definitely starting 5. Biggie. Ghostface. Stack Bundles.
Shout out to Stacks.
Rest in peace, Stack Bundles.
That's for sure.
Lord Infamous. Starting 5. My bench. Conway the Machine. That's tough fucking question. Hove, definitely. Because, you know, if we talking in basketball sense, sometimes you want to stay your strongest for the second half. Big Daddy Kane.
Talk about
That's 3.
Yeah.
That's a tough question. I really got to think about that one, man.
Got 2 more.
Got 2 more. It's going to help me. Let me look at my playlist. 50.
Okay. Legend.
DMX. Yeah. That's my 10.
I can respect that.
I know my list is a little different, but
but your list, that's your list.
And if you ask me that, like I said, if you ask me that shit tomorrow, it might be a different list.
Yeah, because, you know, I think I'm hotter than everybody on that list. Nah, bullshit. But, you know, I fuck with that list. Hey, y'all see, he left me off the list. I ain't make the list. You know what I'm saying?
Don't rap no more,
I don't rap. This is what I do right here, man. This is what I do.
So, I mean.
We good. So check me out.
Just be right there just in case.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I got you. You know.
Yeah, just be there just in case.
Yeah, I'm like Andre right now. I give you a verse every 3-4 years.
Just in case, like, yo, with the warm up shit, like, yo,
right,
buddy, coach, get your ass in there. Nigga ain't going there, nigga.
All right, yeah. Papa Dro, check me out.
What it do?
We talking about verses, man.
Oh man,
verses.
Yo,
Flip Mode Squad representative.
You ugly
God MC, bus a bus. Mr. Put your hands where my eyes can see.
Okay.
Extinction level event.
Yeah.
Who's the competitor? And then what's the outcome?
Flip Mode Bus a Bus.
Who's battling Bus a Bus and what's the outcome?
Shit. You probably. See, they would be depending on Buster hits though. They would be depending on Buster shit. Like, it'll be sprinkles of Flip Mode. So would that really be fair?
It don't matter who battling Bus. Who you
battling Bus?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm saying who's his competitor?
Who's his competitor?
And what's the outcome? You know what I'm saying?
Master P.
We gotta talk about it.
Because he got a lot of songs, like Buster do.
So who's winning?
Buster might win. Buster might win because
close battle about landslide.
Close, because people know P shit. But I don't know. Then again,
but you always think different, bro. That's why I fuck with you. Yeah.
Again, though, it's like Buster reached out to more people. So.
That's dope. That's.
So I don't know. P might could pull it off. I don't know, man. That's a tough one, man. Like. Buster, yeah, I think Buster will win that one.
I was shocked to hear that. I didn't see P. I ain't see P coming.
He ain't gonna Buster gonna kill him in the performance,
right?
But P could come right. If P get on some like how he used to be all over the stage and shit.
Right.
If P come out on that energy, he could get with Buster. You know what I'm saying? He could get with Buster. But I was thinking more like who got a lot of songs. You know what I mean?
To compete, right?
Buster could bring out features, but so could P. Because P gonna bring out them old No Limit niggas. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, No Limit had a lot of niggas.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so
versus
he gonna bring out, because he got features with his No Limit niggas and shit. You know what I mean? So, and people know them songs. Like a lot of people know them fucking features that No Limit did in the 90s.
Right.
But then Buster gonna kill him because you know how Buster gonna kill him.
Oh yeah, Buster
he
gonna play the last 20 years, 30 years.
Kill it? He gonna play one song that's gonna kill it. And I'm gonna tell you why it's gonna kill it. He gonna play Touch It. That Touch It joint with Papoose and DMX.
Yeah.
He gonna kill it because X on it. X going off on that joint. And then X not here no more. So he gonna pull on people's heartstrings. He gonna get them. But yeah, that'll be a good versus though.
I guess I ain't see that one. You shocked me.
There's a couple other people I probably could think of, but
exactly. A lot of people
right now. So.
Yeah, a lot of people told me. You say you're a little high right now.
High right now.
All right, man. Well, we'll let you have a disclaimer if we got to come back with a disclaimer for Pete. But because a lot of people said Lil Wayne, but then they say they want
definitely Wayne. Oh yeah,
yeah. A lot of people said they want to see Wayne and T.I. You know what I'm saying?
Hell yeah.
All right. Well,
go ahead.
But this probably won't make it to a versus. You know what I'm saying? But I seen 2 days ago, Joe Buttons accepted Gilly's challenge for a mixtape battle.
I watch that shit.
Hey, I mean both of them got bars though.
I still wouldn't watch.
Yeah, but I'm saying, so the question is, who winning between them two? Even though you wouldn't watch it, because back in the day, for real, mixtape Joe Buttons was raw.
Ain't nobody checking.
Yeah, I feel you. But it came up, it came across the screen. So I'm asking. That's my only current, event.
I don't know, because Gilly get busy too. He get busy like Joe Budden get busy on the lyrical tip, but I don't know. Joe Budden might get him. Because I can't answer that because I never really listened to either one of their mixtapes.
Okay.
I listened to like Joe Budden's in passing, but
right.
And I was like, yo, let me get mood music 10.
I can dig that. I can dig that.
No disrespect to Joe Budden.
Yeah. I can dig that.
I like Pump It Up though.
Well, see, that's what. That's the thing. Joe said he ain't doing. He said they ain't doing those type of songs.
I wouldn't look for it. I just liked it in the moment. You know what I mean? In the moment. At that time, it served its purpose, but I don't want to hear this shit in 2021.
Yeah, man. Hey, shout out to Joe and their podcast, man. Shout out to $1 Million Worth of Game.
Yeah, both of them. Yeah, both of them niggas.
Hey, man. And shout out to me. V.E.T.V, man. Let's go.
Definitely. Hey, salute, man. Thank you for having me.
Man, much love, baby.
My first guest is interviewing him. This was my first guest on my podcast years ago. When he was a rapper. So I'm glad to be here, man. I'm enjoying this.
Man, peace and love.
I'm really enjoying myself, man. I'm not even bullshitting. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, man. We here. V.E.T.V.
Yes, sir. Hey, so look.
What's up,
Tell the people where they can find you, how to contact you. You know what I'm saying? What they got to look forward from you in the future.
Instagram, MURK Medina. I'll be on Facebook sometimes, but sometimes I deactivate my shit because
I don't do the book, man.
You niggas act like bitches.
Yeah, I hate the book.
Niggas be on that fucking crying.
Yeah, that's why I
did that shit 15 years ago. But, Instagram. Find me on iTunes, fucking SoundCloud. Oh, I got old music. Hey, go listen to my shit on SoundCloud because if you don't, I'm taking that shit down soon because I'm about to put that shit. A lot of shit getting remastered and redone on different beats because I'm not giving my shit out for free no more. I don't think I should give my music out for free. So I'm taking a lot of that shit down. So go listen to my shit on SoundCloud now while you can. iTunes, Amazon, fucking Spotify. Anywhere you can fucking stream music. MURK MECCA. Check me out. Michael Piss Smoke. Check him out. I'm on his albums. I'm on Snug Robinson's album 1118. My shit is called Black Ketchup. Go bump that shit. Go buy that shit off Bandcamp before I up the price on that one too, because it's some art.
Gotta respect it.
Yeah, I'm raising the price on niggas. I'm not even fucking joking because quick sidebar. Niggas selling their album for $50,000, $1 million. So get my shit while it's fucking $7 and $10 now before I up the price. And then when I up the price, you won't be able to get nothing but copies because my shit is hot. Fuck what y'all talking about.
Yeah, man, you gotta cherish your work, man. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day,
I put a lot of
you put time in. That's what a lot of people don't understand.
Me and yours truly, son, a lot of long fucking days in the studio putting that shit together. Some days I ain't even want to fucking rhyme for real. Because I was so fucking tired. And that nigga was like, shake that shit out, get in the booth. So
that's a fact.
go fuck with my shit, man. Y'all niggas stop playing. And before my shit hard.
Before you get out of here today, you know what I'm saying?
I'm not doing no freestyles.
Nah, I ain't gonna put you on the spot like that. I mean, unless you want to freestyle, but nah.
I just want to talk.
But nah,
I just want to talk.
Yeah, so I got you.
Talk shit. Yeah, talk shit.
So before we get out of here today, man, you know, because this interview was a little bit different. I really don't do, you know, music and those type of interviews.
I'm not really.
But no, I'm just saying. So this interview today was a little different. But before we get out of here, I still gotta try to intertwine the interview a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
Right. What's up?
Would be something inspirational or motivational or something that you could give the youth. You know what I'm saying? People who trying to find their way in this world and trying to separate themselves, or, you know, like I said, just trying to find themselves, and they got a drive, a goal, and a passion. You know what I'm saying? Like, what would you tell them that you know, maybe something you went through in the past you wish you would have did different? What would you tell the youth, man? You know, because we both got kids, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying?
On some real shit. Stop fucking around in school. Get that shit done. I know this shit won't design for us, but use it to your advantage. Shit, yes, it was designed for us to fail, but you could pimp the system too.
That's a fact.
So finish school, get a good GPA, go to college, learn a trade too early. Get economic intelligence early, learn how to save your money. Don't make no babies before it's time to have a baby. The fellas and the ladies.
That's a fact.
And stop killing each other. Ain't nothing worth killing a nigga over. Nothing. Ain't no pussy that good to kill a nigga over. Ain't no money that much to kill a nigga over. Fuck that shit.
And most of that deaths, man, you in real talk.
Know what y'all niggas killing each other over.
It's
like, if it's some gang shit,
most of it's pride and ego.
Come on, son.
Most of it's pride and ego. A lot of that shit don't be real.
If you listen, young people, let me tell y'all niggas something. Stay out the fucking fray. Stay out the way. That's what I made sidewalks. Get your ass out the street. Shit, it's not a game. Keep your ass out the street.
What's the outcome of the streets?
Come on, son. You already know. Y'all niggas want to die? Gonna die. You're gonna go to prison. Looking for me. See, I ain't never been to prison. Been to jail a few times, but I never been to prison. That's because, and I'm not tooting my own horn, but I know when to stop fucking with certain niggas and stop fucking with certain shit. You know, and number two, I always kept a fucking job.
Man, can you explain to the people, man?
And
touch on that.
I like.
I don't mean to cut you off, but touch.
No pussy in jail. Go ahead.
Oh yeah, definitely ain't no pussy in jail. You know, and that's one of my biggest things to keep me away. You know what I'm saying? But man, touch on that job situation for me, man, because that's an important thing that you said.
You really
like
you don't want to have a job. You want to have
whether it's a job or entrepreneurship, however you want to do it. Tell them how important it is to have a legitimate job, or even go clock in at a legitimate job.
Listen, if you're gonna trap, if you're gonna sell drugs, get you a 9-to-5 too. Please. Because in a way, kind of keep you out of the middle of the shit too. Because like at that, if you work at a 9-to-5 and you trapping, when you off work, you got a set time of where you gonna get some money. Especially if you got a steady flow of niggas. So you get your money and you go home. Pretty much. You hit everybody off, boom, 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 boom. Go home. Put the pack away. Get up for work the next morning. You know what I mean? I ain't trying to put my business out. I mean, it's years, so statute of limitations. It's been fucking 15-something years. So when I used to hustle back in the day. And when I hustled, I had a job. I don't care what job it is. McDonald's. I worked at McDonald's while I was hustling. And I knew had to be at work at 8 o'clock. So I used to let my fiends know, listen, if you want anything, come to my house 7 o'clock. Hit them off. Go to work. Get off work 3 o'clock. Y'all know where to meet me. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, having that regimen of working and hustling, and I'm not condoning no motherfucking drug selling because that game is already over anyway because niggas done fucked the shit up. You know what I mean? The game is over any fucking way. But I'm telling you, if you're going to play in the fucking game, get you a fucking job so you can stay out the fray because you're going to be regimented. You have a regimen. You know what I'm saying? If you're smart. You know what I'm saying? But I would suggest you don't fuck with the fucking drugs at all. Shit got fentanyl in it anyway. Fuck you want to, I mean, this game is fucked up, man. Start you a business. Learn how to save your money and be an entrepreneur if you don't want to work for nobody.
Man, I respect that, bro.
That's the best advice for the youth.
Yeah, because
stop fucking around and read more. Start hanging with squares.
Y'all heard that key? Read more.
Start hanging with squares and fuck these gangsters.
Yeah. And see my
fucking 30-year-old gang members, 40-year-old gang members. Get the fuck out of here.
That's
that shit is lame. 20-year-old OGs, you're lame. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah. You can't be 50 years old with a 20-year-old OG.
All this shit is corny now. It's corny. Get the fuck out of here with that shit, man. Straight up. That's how I feel about it. Shit played out, man.
Man, y'all heard it yourself, man. You know what I'm saying? There you have it, ladies and gents.
Die in the streets. I'm telling you, don't play.
Yeah.
Don't die out there.
Man, this my dog. You know what I'm saying? MURK MECCA, man, you know.
Day one shit.
Peace and love, bro.
My nigga.
You know what I'm saying? I appreciate you for stopping by.
Man, thank you. Thank you.
You know what I'm saying?
People got to learn a little. I'm glad you had me on here because I always say I want people to kind of know my story a little bit because I think the world should.
Man, you welcome on my platform anytime, bro.
I'm
and that's
coming
why
back, man. This shit ain't over, nigga.
Yeah, you know, you welcome to stop by here anytime, bro. And you got something you want to talk about. Man, I appreciate it, bro.
Hey, my nigga. Proud of this nigga right here. Y'all don't understand, man.
That's my love, bro.
It's my nigga right here. I'm proud of him, man. Hey, man, this nigga a master of many trades. I'm telling you.
Man,
do it all. This nigga like Deion Sanders of this shit. This nigga playing many sports.
Man, and why I'm glad you said that, bro.
Nigga too, man.
Man, I appreciate that, bro.
I ain't trying to put this shit up, but he ain't never had to be no tough street nigga to be cool with me. He a real nigga. One of the realest niggas I know, son.
I greatly appreciate that, bro.
Real nigga.
And I want to touch on, you just said something.
Brother too, man.
That I want you to touch on this.
What's up, God?
Like you said, pretty much like I'm a jack of all trades, right?
Yeah, true indeed.
Tell people, man, you know, the importance of being yourself and not letting people limit you to being in it's one specific box. Cause you know, in that culture, bro, they want you to be in one box.
Fuck that.
You know what I'm saying? So explain to them, man, the importance of that. You know what I'm saying? Being able to be well-rounded.
Yeah, you gotta be well-rounded. Listen, let me tell you something. I grew up around killers, drug dealers, successful white people. You know what I'm saying? White trash, drug addict motherfuckers. I've been around all kind of people. You know what I'm saying? Which made me a well-rounded person. You gotta get out there in the world. You just can't contain yourself to the hood shit. You know what I mean? It's good to be well-rounded. You know, that kind of, and that's another thing that keep you out of trouble too. You know what I mean? Because you get to, when you well-rounded, you dealing with different people, so you get to see life from different angles.
Different walks, different angles, man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And that's one of the...
I was blessed. I was, like, at the moment, like, some of the situations seemed like it was a bad situation, but really it was a learning situation. Like, dealing with different people. You know what I mean? I could have a conversation with, you know, a proper, I don't want to say proper, because we really should all be speaking a certain way.
Yeah.
you know, a white person who's might be middle class or high class. Like I could have a conversation with them and they would feel me and I would feel them. Or I could have a conversation with a redneck who may not really understand black people or something. You know what I mean? And we'll have a conversation and then I will understand why he doesn't understand black people. You know, and through that, I will understand him, understand white people. You know, gotta be well-rounded, man.
Well-rounded.
Did I answer your question or did I
go
you
on
a tangent?
Oh, no, you got it, bro. You got it, bro. So, hey, look, like I said, man, we're going to go ahead and get up out of here, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm the King Kong of Talk Hollywood Spryte, a.k.a. Brilliance. This is V.E.T.V, the most honest podcast, and we sign it out. And that's Mecca. And check me out. Y'all know the slogan. Before we leave, look, man, you got to unplug and reconnect. Remember, yesterday's wins, nor losses count. Always strive for a greater tomorrow.
You must utilize real knowledge. MURK, baby. Mecca 1.
Let's go. Kicking it. Can't with me. With the hottest interviews from the streets.
Veracity Exchange. It's V.E.T.V.